Here's everything we bought for groceries this week. Good afternoon. It is Wednesday, July 31st here in Nova Scotia. I just got back from picking my kids up from their grandparents, actually just two of the kids up from the grandparents. And I decided to stop for groceries on the way home. I was going to do Gateway as well today, but I don't really need anything from Gateway this week. Where it's still summertime, we're still just getting through those freezer meals. And then we're more gravitating towards like sandwiches and things like that. Stuff that's easy to prepare that you don't really need the oven for. So that's sort of what we've been eating. So what I decided to take the opportunity this week to do is stock up on some school snacks to put away for when school starts again in September. So that's what I concentrated on this week. I'm actually gonna go and describe what we purchased at Flashfood on, when was that? Last Friday, I believe. So my previous video was a canning video of stuff I used at the Flashfood, but I hadn't included that in my grocery budget because I usually do my groceries at the beginning of the week. So that will be added to this amount, and I'll insert that here. Okay, so here's a picture of the Flashfood order I picked up on Friday. So I was able to get those boxes of the cakes. They were 8 in the package. They were $1.50 each. And then I got 4 things of bread. I got 2 bagels, 1 hamburger bun, and 1 pita, and they were $1 each. And then I was able to get 2 of the Flashfood. Well, they used to come in boxes. Now they come in bags of the produce. So they were $5 each. So I spent $10 on all that produce you see there. And I was able to get 13 pounds of tomatoes, 4.5 pounds of peaches, 2 pounds of pears, 2 pounds of apples, a pound of plums, an orange, 2 limes, and a lemon. So with the fee, they do serve a fee now and they tax the fee. My total for that Flashfood order was $24.32. So first off, while we were waiting in the parking lot in Superstore, I looked at Flashfood again because I canned most of the produce we already had, and I wanted to pick up some stuff for the kids to eat fresh. I still have a few apples left, but this looks like a good box. So all not the bananas, I bought those separately, but everything here was out of a Flashfood $5 box. So tomatoes, there's a couple peaches, there's some apples, there's a couple peppers, a handful of grapes, a dragon fruit. This 1-star fruit is gonna just go in the compost. So that was $5.29 altogether because I have that service fee. So then I went into actual Superstore and I bought a thing of milk. Actually, I think I bought this 2 days ago, just to tide us over. I usually get my milk on Fridays, but we really didn't need any milk last Friday, so I kind of didn't time it right. Anyway, so I ended up paying, I believe it's $7.17 for the 4-liter of milk. I'll have to check my receipt. These were $7 and then half price. So I tend to get a treat for the kids on grocery days. I had a personal offer for $3.99 for the blocks of cheese, plus 600 points for every $6 spent. So these worked out to $3.99, and then the money back on them with the points, they turned into $3.69 each. The bananas, I think, were 99 cents each. I think she did them in 2 different transactions again. It's like $2.25 for the bananas. These granola bars are usually $13.99. I wanted to get all of this kind because the kids do prefer this kind, but they only have 1 box of them. So these were, I had an offer for $10.99 each, a limit of 4 boxes. So I got all 4 boxes. Those are going right up in the closet and they will be used for school snacks. So my total at Superstore was, $79.50 and then $1.20 back in points. So because I had to drive through town, I also stopped at Sobeys. So Sobeys had these boxes of Special K, were 2 for $8, which I normally would never buy, except for, if you remember a few weeks back, they had those $2 coupons per box. So that brings it down to 2 for $4. So I bought 6 boxes. I was able to redeem $12 in coupons. So that brings it down to 2 for $4. And then if you bought 2, you got $1 back. So these effectively ended up being $1.50 a box. So I got 6 because I just got 1 of each flavor that they had. More granola bars. Also, these are just going to be put away for school. These were $11.99 each. there's less granola bars in these ones. So this one only has 28 pouches, and I think this one has 40. And this one I think only has 24. Yeah, 24. So they were $11.99 each, but then if you bought two, you got $10 back in points, so making these effectively $6.99 a box. The chips, oh, so then if I spent $50, I got $5 back in points. So the chips were 2 for $7.50, but then if you bought 4, you got $5 back in points. So it was $10 for all 4 bags, including the points. So they effectively become a $2.50 a bag. And then because I bought $50 in merchandise, it was $5 off or $5 back in points for the whole bill. So at Sobeys, I spent $68.83. I redeemed $12 in TerraPad coupons for the Special K. And then I got $23 back in points. So my whole bill ended up being $33.83 after the coupons and the scene plus points. So I actually paid less than my total was. So between the Flashfood, Superstore, and Sobeys and my Flashfood from a few days ago, my total spent was $177.44. And then between coupons and points earned, I earned $36.20 back. So my effective price for this week is $141.24. Sorry, I was reading over my shoulder. $141.24. Now I'll just go back over the last few weeks and we'll see what my monthly budget ended up being. Future Tracy here. I was just going over my month end and realized this kind of was in between. This was purchased on Thursday and it didn't get on last week's budget or this week's. So adding in, we bought an entire brisket. So this is something we've never done before. However, we bought the smoker last year, so we wanted to try out a brisket. It was $5.99 a pound. The one we got was $77 for the whole thing, and then I got 2,000 points back, which is equal to $20. And then because I spent over $50, I got an additional $5 back in scene points. So that brought the total of this chunk of meat that we only actually cooked half of down to $52 for 12.8 pounds, making it $4.05 per pound. So looking back over July, this was the first week of July, we ended up spending $114.44. We got those big watermelons, some hot dogs, which I still haven't even opened yet, and some drinks and some milk, etc., and some stuff out of the garden there as well. The second week of July was looking quite similar to the first. We got a couple more watermelons. I was able to make some watermelon jam. We devoured those cherries, got some fresh veggies, got some drinks that are still sitting in my closet, some milk, and some bologna for my husband's lunches. On week 2, we spent a total of $96.30. Week 3, we spent a total of $108.29. I was able to get some bread, fill up my coffee. We had some cereal for the kids, toilet paper that we didn't need but was too good of a price to pass up. And then there's quite a few veggies there as well from the garden coming in. To break that down into categories, on meat products, we spent $126.25. On bread and cereal, we spent $92.28. On produce, we spent $84.57. Dairy came in at $6.91. Pantry items were $27.24. Beverages were $13.83. Toiletries were $21.80. And treats were a whopping $114.76. I really think that's the most I've ever spent on treats in a month. But a lot of that, I'd say almost half of that, is all those granola bars that I'm putting away for back to school. So for the month of July, we're at $512.27. So we're a total of $137.23 under budget. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.